Hello class, welcome to week 1 of Child and Adolescent Psychopathology and Reporting Child Abuse. I wanted to share this brief video announcement in order to review some of the basics of this course and let you know that during our first week with our synchronous session, we'll talk about some of these too because there's a bit of complicating factors with some of the course and some of the assignments. So I'm hoping to hash them up and clear them up. So as always, like I said in my previous announcement, please read through your announcements. I am going to post a Word announcement with all my video announcements as well that talks about some of the things that I am talking about in the videos, but in these videos I'll expound upon them a little bit more. So make sure you listen to these announcements as often as you're able. So if we're going to go into week 1, we'll click on the tab. And you'll notice for each of these assignments, there's a little document here. So if we click on that, it will take us to another page. Now this page, there'll be some quotes, a little bit of an introduction about what we're going to be covering. You'll see the different course learning objectives that we're going to be covering throughout the week. And then there's a nice little handy-dandy checklist that will go through exactly what you're supposed to do for each week. So you see for week 1, you have chapter 1. And there's additional materials. We'll talk about that. And then in the blue are those assignments that are going to be graded. So for week 1, you have the acknowledgement of course requirements, introduction in the student lounge, and your discussion board, as well as quiz 1. What isn't on any of these documents, but I did want to note to you, is your participation points. You will be able to earn up to 10 participation points a week, and the majority of that will be attending the Adobe Connect sessions that we have on a weekly basis. These are required. They happen every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and as I stated, they're required. So that is not on here. But those are 10 points that you will earn every week for attending that class. 5 of those points are earned if you are able to share your webcam. That is an expectation that Brandman is starting to adopt with our online classes. We want to make sure that you're present, that you're interacting, and it's just best practices as well. So if the first few weeks you don't have a webcam and you reach out to me to let me know that you're getting one, that's great, but you definitely need to reach out to me. If I don't hear from you and I don't see your webcam, I am going to assume that you're deciding not to work towards earning those 5 points, and the most you could earn then is 5 points for attending Adobe Connect. It's not fun being on video. I realize that I don't love to be on video, but I think it is an essential component in our online classes with connecting with one another. So that is not on any of these checklists. So let's go back. That's where you click on them and you'll see that. And then there's another graph that's very similar to that one you just saw. It talks about the ungraded work throughout the week. So we have chapter 1, additional materials. And I'll talk about this one to check for week 2 for the vignette and to prepare. And then your graded work, the acknowledgement of course requirements, introduction in the student lounge, discussion board, quiz 1, and here I do have your participation. So in regards, before moving on with the week 2 vignette, as I stated, we're going to be meeting every Wednesday for synchronous session. Now for week 2, there's a vignette in the week 2 board, and there's several questions. And what you need to do is make sure that you go to this vignette and to prepare to discuss the vignette in class, and there's certain questions that you need to answer prior to next Wednesday's class. So that would be the class that happens in November 2nd. And to find that vignette, you go to week 2, and you will go down. You say it says vignette right here, to activities. And here's the vignette, week 2 vignette. So you'll click on that, and you'll get the vignette. Here's the questions that you have to answer prior to class, and you do actually have to submit them. If you go back to week 2, prior to class next Wednesday, you will see then down in the assignment tab, synchronous meeting vignette answers. So click on that, put the answers for the vignette, type them in, and that is how you earn those points. But again, that is for week 2, but week 1 has them simply as a reminder for you to prepare, since you only have a couple of days to prepare at the beginning of week 2. So if we look down further in week 1, you can click on course materials, and then this section you'll see there's a PowerPoint for the material that we're covering. Let's look at the assignments that are going to be covered. The acknowledgement of course requirements. Basically, you're going to need to read through all these different documents, and then when you're finished, you click on acknowledgement of course requirements. You write a submission that states you've read and understood the policy, that you've acknowledged, engaged in learning, how to use Adobe Connect. You submit it, and then you earn your 20 points. So that's an assignment. They're really helping you to hold accountability. Then we have week 1 discussion. Now, the thing that I want to note here is that this week 1 discussion is built on a website. Now, it instructs you where to find the website details, that you have to go back to the activities folder. So we'll go back to week 1, go to the activities folder, and it's the Child Trends website. You're going to click on that, and it's going to take you to the website. When you get to this website, the tab that you want is here, the Infants and Young Children tab. You click on that, and then you're going to look at all these sections, and you're going to decide what area of interest. Now, when you do this, an important thing is you look back to the discussion board. It states that you have to sign up for a topic on the wiki board. And the important thing is that no more than 2 students may elect for the same topic. So how do you get to the wiki board? Let's go back to week 1, and we'll see that once we go back to the assignments tab that we were just in, at the very bottom is a topic sign up for discussion board 1. So you'll click on that. And simply all you have to do is you click Edit Wiki Content, and you will write your topic and your name by it. Click Submit, and that is how you will sign up for your topic. So if you come to this board and there's multiple topics down, again, you have to make sure that one hasn't been chosen by 2 other students. No more than 2 per topic. So that is discussion board 1. You go to the link that I told you about. You look and you sign up for your wiki topic, and then there's a whole set of questions that you need to answer. Now with this course, the initial post is due Wednesday by midnight. Again, Wednesday by midnight. I know some classes it's Thursday, but this class is Wednesday by midnight. And then you are to follow up to 2 classmates, and here are some questions, some things that you can answer and ask at least 2 classmates Sunday by midnight. So the initial post is due Wednesday by midnight. The follow-up is Sunday by midnight. And there's a lot of different links on here about posting a successful discussion form. The final project then is your quiz. One thing you need to note in regards to the quiz, once you open it, you cannot go back. So that means if you open it and simply even go to a new tab on your Explorer or your Chrome, it will shut down. It won't let you get back to it. So once you start it, you have to finish it. So I really want you to keep that in mind. So we have acknowledgement of course requirements, the discussion board. This is related to the discussion board and the quiz, and then also your Adobe Connect meeting. You go back to week 1. We have an activities folder. And then with this folder, you'll have the Child Trends website and then several videos to watch, which help supplement the material of the week. And then finally, at the end, is a link for your Adobe Connect session for this class. It's right down here at the bottom. And remember, it is every Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And here's the link in order to enter the class. I believe that's all that I want to remind you about with week 2. I do want you to start looking ahead at some other assignments, and we'll talk about that in our synchronous class. But hopefully this gives you enough to think about things. Oh, one thing that I didn't mention before we finish out is the introduction in the student lounge. So in order to get to that, you click on the discussion board. You'll notice right away, welcome to the student lounge. Here's a prompt that I want you to introduce yourself, and I say via video announcement. I really prefer that you do this so we can really get to know you. And I even included a little video about how to use Screencast-O-Matic, which is what I'm using right now. So make sure you post your introduction. This is graded, so it does count towards points in the assignment in the course as well. So that is all. I'm going to talk more in class, but I gave you more than enough to chew on. So I will see you this Wednesday from 6 to 8. And I look forward to getting to know you and digging in and diving into this material. All right, thanks.